What's good looking people? My name is Jess and welcome to my channel. As you guys have read from the title, I will be talking about day 6 of my trip in Jamaica. So on day 6, we went to we went on a trip to two different rivers. So we went on a bus, and the bus, I say bus, but it's actually van, and we went to this place called the Blue Hole. Because the guy was saying, oh, you should try Blue Hole. So we went to Blue Hole, and while we were at Blue Hole, we were able to climb up climb up this place, the stairs to get to these different areas for us to go and jump off, like the cliffs and stuff. So basically, we went to the first area and we went down these little stairs, and we had to wear special water shoes because when you're doing these different activities, they want you to be able to protect your feet. And so we wore water shoes. And so while we were there, this guy that was helping us, we had two guys, and one of the guys that was helping us said, okay, you can go and you can jump off. And the one thing that I was worried about the entire time, I'm kid you not, I was worried about how deep it was gonna be. So like if I jumped off, how deep is it gonna be, and how is this life jacket gonna help me? And so the guy was like, oh, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine, the life jacket will keep you afloat. And I was like, I don't know. And so I kind of backed out. And so, everyone else went. And then eventually I, um, got called. I was like, okay, I guess y'all are making me want to go and do this. And so I went and I jumped off. But I was scared because I was like, my biggest, thing that came to my mind, biggest fear that came into my mind was, how deep is this water? How deep is this? Because if I can't feel the bottom of this, river, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it because I want to be able to feel the bottom. And if I can't, then I'm not doing it because something can happen. Like literally, I could drown and potentially die. And I just didn't want that to happen at all for me. So I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So I was crying and everything because I just didn't want to go and jump off. But the guy was like, I'll hold on to you and the life vest will keep you afloat. You're gonna be okay. I was like, okay. So eventually I jumped off and I was scared, and the guy was like, I'm gonna hold on to you the entire time, and he did. And if he wasn't holding on to me, I don't know what would have happened. So yeah. And then that was the first jump off. The second jump off was on another cliff higher up. So we were higher up, and the guy was like, "Oh, you can use these you can use the rope and jump off that way." And I was like, "No." And so I watched everybody go and do it, and yeah, the second jump off area was like, I'm just gonna sit back, just watch them jump off, however times they're gonna do it. And so eventually that happened, and along the way there were some people that was get selling their stuff. They were saying, oh, you can get these as souvenirs, and um pick them up along the way. So um and so I saw some souvenirs, and I was like, I don't know about that. So I just veered away. I was like, nah. I was like, thank you so much for the offer, but I'm just not going to right now. So I knew that I wanted souvenirs, but just not on the side of a cliff. That's just nah. I'm not doing it. So yeah. So basically, I'm sorry. So basically, what happened is, after they did the whole cliff and everything, we went up to another area where we can jump off, and I was like, how many places are we going, or how many spots are we going for this thing? We kept going higher and higher and higher, and the guys were like, oh, there's another spot that's higher up that we're gonna go that you can jump off of. And I was like, what are you talking about, sir? Like, what are you talking about? And so, um, I didn't say it to him like that, but I was just like, what are you talking about? And so basically he was just saying, like, we're gonna go to this place, and you're gonna, and we went there, because he knew where he was going, and he knew where he was taking us, and we would just go in the path that he was wanting us to go to. And so once we got to the place, the area that we were gonna jump off, I was lost, of course, because I said to the guy, okay, I said to him probably like a couple times, like, how deep is this water? I want to know, because if you tell me, oh, it's 20 feet, I'm like, and I want to be able to know that there's surface on the bottom of this water. Underneath this water, I want to be able to know that I can feel the surface, like the bottom. And if I can't feel it, I'm not doing it. So, like I said before, like, so basically everyone else went, they jumped off, and yes, I was last, of course. And the guy was like, are you gonna jump off? And I kept saying, no, I'm not gonna jump off. And then eventually I jumped off, and the guy was like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to you while we do this. And so I hold, it was like a little rope thing, and it was tied to this little string. And he said, oh, you're gonna hold on to that, and you're gonna jump off, or you can just be on my back. And I was like, either way, I'm not doing it. That's what came to my mind. But then he basically convinced me, and I did it. And then after I did it, I mean, yes, I was screaming the entire way, but after that happened, I had like a little bruising right here, and it was there for a good bit. And um because of that reason, that was, it hurt for a good bit, and I was like, oh wow. So so that was at Blue Hole. That was at Blue Hole River. So we went to Blue Hole, and we got to jump off these different cliffs and stuff. I conquered it, of course, and it wasn't the height that feared me into not wanting to drop off. It was the fact that, it was the fear of, what's down below. Like, like the fear of falling is what people have a fear of, not just, a fear of heights. Like, yes, you can have a fear of a lot of different things, but sometimes you might have a fear of, heights. So, like, let's say heights is something you have a fear of. If you have a fear of heights, that means that a lot of times people say, oh, I don't like when we jump off. Like, people say, oh, I have a fear of like heights, and it's, just going down. But a lot of times it's not the height that you have an issue of. It's normally the fear of you falling down from that height that you have an issue from. And so that's basically my issue, with that I had a fear of falling from, that high. And so I said to the guy, I'm not doing that. And so at the next place that we were going to, after we left Blue Hole, we decided to go to Dunn's River Falls. So we went to Dunn's River Falls. I thought we were going to have to jump off, some cliffs. And so I was like, no, 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 no. Because we did it already at Blue Hole. and I was like, I'm not doing it again. And so I thought that's what we were gonna have to do, but apparently what we ended up doing while we went to Dunn River Falls is that we were able to hike. So that's why we had to have water shoes to be able to do that. And prior to us, doing um, the hike, we saw some really cute cats. They were so cute, and I was able to pet one, but the cat was scared, and so I put out my hand, and the cat, rubbed on my hand with its nose, and as as they did that, I was like, what? That's so cute. And then eventually, what happened is after the cat did that, it ran away, like slowly, it like ran away, and that was that. So I realized in that moment that the cat um was scared because there was people around and stuff. So that particular cat was scared, but I saw maybe like 5 or 6 cats, and those it was pretty cool to see those cats, and they were smaller than they were smaller, and because they were kittens, but there was one cat that I saw, and the eye of the cat was um was hurt, like a little messed up, and so I think something happened to that cat that caused the cat to have that go on. So because of that, that cat had some issues because of that, and so other than that, we saw these cats on the way to us trying to go and hike, and so basically after we got, our wristbands and everything, we went to the place to go and hike. And so we were able to go. And so the guy that was with us was saying, okay, you're going to come with us and we're going to go and hike. So we had to go all the way down to the beach area to start our hike all the way up. And so as we went all the way down to the beach area, that's when the guy said, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, all the stuff. He told us, don't step on these rocks, only step on the ones that are not slippery versus the ones that are slippery, or else you could fall and hurt yourself and maybe get, injured. Same difference as like hurt or whatever. But anyways, um so we started the hike, and because we were in a group with another family, we had to stay, with our tour guide. And so the tour guide was telling us where he wanted us to go. And so each time we got to a certain area, we were able to take pictures and stuff. And then there was an area where there were people, there was people sliding down this little slide into like the water hole thing, and so we were able to do that. So that was pretty cool. And then after we did that, we continued our hike, and each time we continued to take more and more pictures until we reached the top. And the top said, "Congratulations, you successfully completed your hike of Dunn River Falls and Park," or whatever the sign said, and it said that it was the world famous. So it was pretty cool to be able to hike that, and you needed water shoes, like I said before, to be able to go and hike. Um, and then it got pretty late, so we weren't able to go to the beach area, and Um, and so we went to an area to go and wash off, and we got back onto the van, and as we were going back onto the van, we got bombarded by this guy, and he was being very forceful from what I was aware of. I felt like because he was shoving us, telling us, oh yeah, please get these bracelets, showing us these different bracelets, and he was putting it on our hands, and I was like, you're being, in my mind I was like, you're being very forceful because you're, forcing us to get, these things that we told you we didn't want. Like, we didn't want your offer. And he was like telling us over and over and over and over and over again, please get this, all of this stuff. And eventually, we gave him the money, and then we just went our way. And he said, thank you very much, blah, 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 whatever else he said. And so and then we went our way onto the van, and I wasn't fond of the bracelets, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So this is the one that I got. It's the same color as my shirt. So it's like a bracelet that's made out of yarn, and so they have like different colors like blue, green, orange, yellow, red, um, and also purple as well. And so these were the ones that this guy was giving us, and I felt like he was just being very forceful with how he was, you know, doing what he was doing, and I just didn't, like that at all. So because of that, I was like, I don't really want to keep this, but I have it as, a souvenir to say that I was at, Dunn River Falls, but I still didn't want to have it, but it's here. So anyways, that's what happened, and we got back onto our journey in the van, and our long journey back to our stay, which was Jewel Grand Montego Bay. So that took us, it felt like it took us like 2 hours just to get back because of how far everything was. And we also wanted to get some food, so we got authentic jerk chicken and some other, foods as well. And so we were able to do that. And eventually we did get to a place, but once we pulled in to see if they were open, one of the tour guides, one of the tour guides said, oh, sorry, it's not open. And so we ended up going to another place, another jerk chicken place, and the guy was like, oh, you're gonna love this jerk chicken because, or you're gonna, not just the jerk chicken, but like the food in general, you're really gonna love it. It's my favorite place. Every time I'm here, I always go to that place. And so we were able to try their jerk chicken once we got there, but it took like another 30 minutes. And we were stopped by, traffic and all that other stuff. And so in order for us to get to that place, we had to pass our our resort to get there. So once we got there, we were able to get our food, and then we waited maybe like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and then we got our food, and then we were able to come back and eat it. And so that was, like, it was supposed to be our dinner, but, and then we ended up getting like room service, I think it was, but I don't remember eating the room service, but I do know that I was waiting for the room service that I wanted to have, but ended up not being the case. So yeah, and then other than that, that's the end of what happened that day, and we didn't really do much after we got back from, Blue Hole and Dunn River. So We just ate, our food that we got from the place and the jerk chicken. And let me rate the jerk chicken, just in case y'all are wondering. The jerk chicken was probably, I would probably say a 6 out of 10, because the jerk chicken was good, the jerk, but I feel like it was missing one ingredient. It was missing sauce. Like, it didn't have sauce on it, and so sauce always makes it good. So that's what it was missing, and so that's what it needed. And other than that, everything else was pretty much good. So yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.